So you are tired of continuously creating content on social media and not getting the sales that you desire. You are constantly putting content out there. You are all over the place. You are trying the omnipresence strategy and it doesn't seem to work. You're not getting clients. LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You are all over the place, even your emails, and still nothing, no bites, nothing. Well, this video today is for you. Now, if you are here looking for content on how to get follower, I'll advise that you click out there from here because this is not the video for you. And if you are looking for a video on a content strategy on how to go viral on social media, this is not the video for you. I don't believe in virality to get clients. And if you are trying to depend on going viral in order to start getting clients, then honey, you are making a mistake and virality could actually hurt your business. But that is a story for another day and a video for another day. So we are not talking about that today. So if those two are the things that you're looking for, this will not be the video for you. However, if you're looking for a content strategy system that gets clients for you on social media, on the internet, then this video is one that you are going to want to watch to the end and stick around to get an understanding of what I've been doing to get people to reach out to you all the time, ready to start working with you, and they only jump on calls with you because they are ready to invest in that relationship and going deeper with you. Now, if you don't know me, if it's your first time, hello, my name is Tanya. I'm a business coach and marketing strategist, and I work with people of influence such as authors, course creators, coaches, speakers, content creators to elevate their brand, amplify their marketing message to attract high-paying premium clients and opportunities using social media and content. Now, you may be noticing that if you're not new here, you may be noticing that I'm speaking a little bit. Well, turns out that still, when you're still in your 30s, you can still be teething. So I've got a wisdom tooth that is currently erupting. So I'm not talking, it's kind of painful. So I'm just trying to manage that until I see my dentist. So bear with me. So the first thing I want to highlight is why did I create the system? So for a long time, when I got online, I knew that I needed to create content. I knew that I wanted to leverage content attraction marketing to get clients. And I did what I was told. Put value out there. Put your best stuff out there. Show and demonstrate that you're an expert. So I started creating a whole lot of tutorials. But one thing I noticed was that as much as I was creating tutorials, going in other people's community, teaching and everything, I wasn't getting the clients that I wanted to get. The reason was because the more how-to content that you create, where you're constantly trying to demonstrate your expertise to show people that you're an expert, you tend to attract a lot of DIY audience. So do it yourself. So people that are interested in doing it themselves and they don't really need your guidance. So when I was creating a whole lot of how-to content, I was attracting that audience and very little people that wanted to work with me as a coach. So that's something I kind of wanted to pre-frame this entire video. So at that point, I got tired. To be honest, I think I was burnt out of continuously creating content and not seeing the results that I wanted. I was exhausted and frankly, I was kind of resentful. I was very resentful as to why it seemed to be working for everybody else. This is what my coach had told me to do. This is what the internet was telling me to do. And I was doing that and nothing was working. And one day I got on, actually the two things happened. So I was speaking to two different people and one of them told me that they liked me. I was giving them a free coaching session. I actually made a post on my social media where I stopped offering free coaching and consults, strategy sessions, and I was giving somebody one, and they said they love me, they love what I do, but they know that I'm too expensive for them. They will continue to consume my free content and take advantage of anything that I had for free. I was crushed. And then somebody else again got on a call with me, and they were quite straightforward that they were here only for the free stuff because they heard I give great strategy sessions. They were here for the free stuff and they had no intention of buying. So after I got off that call, I actually sat down with myself. I told myself, like, Tanya, you've been doing something wrong here because you cannot just be attracting freebie seekers. So there's clearly something, it's not the audience, it is something that you are doing. So I had to really take accountability for attracting the audience that I had. And I started looking at my content objectively. And one thing I realized was that I was doing a lot of tutorials that were teaching people do it yourself, how to do it themselves. So they didn't really need my help. They might have needed my help for some guidance on one or two things from something that may not have been covered on one of the tutorials, but they didn't need my guidance to actually be a coach for them. So I had to take accountability for that, and I had to rework how I was doing things. Now, at the time as well, I was spending a whole lot of time on social media. I was in all the promo posts. I was in all the groups promoting and promoting and promoting, and nothing was working. So I wanted something that was far easier, that I didn't need to be on the internet 24/7 in order to get clients. And that's how I designed this ecosystem, because I started thinking, now, Tanya, how do you find things? And how do you actually make buying decisions? And what happened at that time, I needed to realize that I had to think about attracting a more premium audience and a more premium caliber of clients, because even the clients that I was getting were clients that, yeah, were paying me, but didn't want to put the work in. They were looking for easy ways out, and they were not really trying to find work. They were maybe joining because of the bonuses. It was just a whole mess. It was a whole mess. And I was like, I want a higher caliber of clients. I want a client that will be as invested into growing the business as I am. And I wanted clients that will show up on coaching calls, because I was getting clients that would pay and not show up on coaching calls. And they were like, but when am I getting the bonus of the leads and everything? But when you were giving them work to do, they weren't doing the work. And I was fed up with that. So I was like, how do I change that? And if you're watching this still now, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is what has happened with me. And don't worry, I'm going to give you insight on this. So one of the things that you need to realize is that in any market, in every market, there is an upmarket clientele and there is the general clientele. A person buying a Toyota is completely different than a person buying a Porsche, and completely different from a person buying a Mercedes. They're all buying cars, but they're all buying cars from different perspectives. So what I wanted was to speak to the Mercedes-Benz clients, and Mercedes-Benz clients are premium clients. Now, a Porsche client is the luxury clients, but I wanted the premium clients. So there's a difference between luxury and premium. This is not a video where I'm going to be explaining that I go in a lot more depth in the program, but I might create a video later on to do that. But I needed to speak to those clients. And one thing I realized was like, you know what? You have a background in economics and you've learned that. So I went back into economics and wanted to understand what actually makes people buy these different things. And it is the emotions, and they are driven by different emotions. And I actually created a video where I go over the psychological traits of the different buyers, and I'll link it up here. So what is an ecosystem? Essentially, an ecosystem is a content marketing strategy that works holistically. This is a content marketing strategy that could work whether you use ads, whether you don't use ads, whether you just use organic strategies. It's a system that works with long form and micro contents. What would be considered micro content? Micro content is content that you share on social media, your Facebook, your Instagram. These are content that don't have a long shelf life, whereas long form evergreen content are content that has a long shelf life, which these are your podcasts, these are your YouTube videos. The reason why the ecosystem works better, and this could be also be a blog, is that they operate in a way that they feed off each other. Why? The reality is, when somebody is considering working with you, they primarily go on a binge. And the binge usually will be from your long form content, which could be a podcast, which could be a YouTube channel. This form of content usually allows you to go in depth a lot more into subject matters compared to maybe a post. And the thing is, people get tired of scrolling. Even if you share the most value on Facebook, people cannot go through your post in one go. So what ecosystem, how that happens, how that works is that somebody, when they are considering working with you, they then can find you and binge through your content so that they can pre-sell themselves. Now, the key here is to ensure that you have conversations that mimics the sales conversation. You must be wondering, Tanya, what do you mean mimicking the sales conversation? I'm glad you asking that. It's simple. When I created the system, what I wanted to do was to stop having to speak with people that were not ready to work with me. So what I did was ask myself, what did I want people to know by the time they were ready to work with me? So now that we have got that pre-framed, we are going to discuss what are the benefits of actually having an ecosystem. If you've been listening to this or watching this in the background, I want you to come back to me right about now. I want you to pay careful attention. Now, you might be asking yourself, how do you mimic sales conversation with your content? Here's the thing. 97% of the time, somebody's subconscious is in charge of how they make decisions, how they go about their life. So what you want to be doing is to have a conversation with their subconscious. What are the things that psychologically they will be using to make the decisions? For example, I'm an investor by psychological trait. If you haven't watched that video or listened to that video, you better check out that podcast episode. You gotta check it out. It should be in the thing. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll link it up here. I'm an investor. So by virtue of that, how I make decision is that I don't like wasting money. I wanna get a good use out of my money. So even when I'm buying clothes or I'm buying anything, I want to make sure that that is something that I will use for the longest time. So if you're trying to speak to somebody like me, which is usually also a premium buyer, you gotta speak to what are the things that I would be thinking about to ensure that my money is not wasted. And that is something that is done subconsciously, because as an investor, I hate risk. And even in terms of making risk, in terms of investment, I do not have a high risk appetite. I tend to be very risk averse. So how do you reverse those risks for me? And you can have that conversation through your content as well. So you want to be talking to the subconscious and going through, okay, where is the customer is at when they are watching this video and where they want to be. For example, if you are watching this video, you might have come across some of my content where I've spoken about the content ecosystem or how I create content to get clients, or you maybe even just on your own have been looking about how to get clients with content and you come across this video. So usually the person is at a stage where they are looking for a solution. If you are watching this video, you are looking for a solution towards how to get clients with content. Maybe you want to stop being on social media all the time because this is how I'm pre-framing the video. Or maybe you want to stop cold DMs, you're not liking how that goes, and you want something that is a lot more holistic. That's where the person is coming from. And I want to show you that I have the solution for you. So this is the content that I'm creating to show you. I don't know if that is helping you preface this whole thing. So that is what you want to do. You want to have a conversation with the subconscious that is in charge, because what will happen is that I'll make the decision subconsciously and then finally decide to make a purchase and use logic to justify my purchasing decision. And this is how we all make decisions. Let me give you an example. I recently shared a post where I talked about how Steve Jobs spoke about the iPhone and how he revolutionized the whole tech industry. Now, I had conversation with two different people, and two different people had different understanding of this post. One of the individuals I spoke to, she felt that the offer, my offer, Easy Sales Blueprint, wasn't in alignment because I spoke about belief, but I was speaking about blueprint. Whereas somebody else understood that I was speaking about how to stand out in the industry, which was the initial aim of the post, that how to stand out in an industry by choosing to be different. One post, two different people, two different understanding. Why? Because they are each thinking subconsciously and something else is dictating how they view things. So you may be creating content, but people are having different perspectives. This is why even in relationships, you could be arguing about one thing, but you both understanding two different things. So that is the truth. So now we've got that covered and we understand it. So what are the benefits of having a content ecosystem that operates holistically for you? The thing is, you can start having conversations with people without you being in the room, without you being in the DMs, without you being constantly there. People will be consuming the content and selling themselves on working with you or not working with you and qualifying themselves. So when you are creating a content system that mimics the sales conversation in their heads, you are overcoming all the objections prior to them actually ever having to speak to you. Because you've handled all the objections, you've handled all the questions, you've handled all the things that they may be wondering about when it comes to working with you. And now when they're coming to you, they're like, okay, I'm ready. I know what it is that I need to know. And how do you know that that works? Is that during on the application form, they will be repeating your marketing message while they are applying, which means you have subconsciously influenced them already. And that is how you know that your marketing message and your content strategy is working. Now that we've got that understood, one of the things that you also want to have that is that emotionally, when you are creating content, you are very attached to it. If you are watching me, or you are in my audience, or you are a coach, or you provide one of these type of services, you are here to serve people. But you did not create your business to constantly try to get clients. You actually created your business to serve people. Having a content system, a content ecosystem that works primarily for you, even when you are not there, means that you can be bringing clients consistently into your business. You can be bringing people into your ecosystem doing the work once. You do the work once, and you now are able to leverage that to get clients. You can leverage it in different manners, which is taught inside the program, but you now leverage that to be getting clients. So what that means that you get to serve clients more, and spend less time actually struggling to get clients. You get to spend time doing the things that you love, spending time with your family, your friends, your loved ones, without having to worry about where is your next client coming from. Secondly, you get to eliminate working with unaligned clients, which tends to be the case of many coaches, where they take on clients because they don't know where the next client is coming from, and they know the client is unaligned, but they still take them on because, hey, they need the money, and nobody faulting you for that. But by creating such an ecosystem, you only start speaking with people that are ready and that are aligned and that understand what you will be doing together. This is one of the benefits. And thirdly, you no longer have to spend your times all the time on promo posts, posting all over social media, posting 4, 5, 10 times a day, or DMing 100 people a day, cold DMing 100 people a day to try to get clients. You get to create a piece of content once, leverage that as you promote, and let that have the conversations for you, and those that are ready to be your clients will become your clients. All right, so now you may be thinking, okay, then I get it. It makes sense. Definitely can work, but it won't work for me because I have a small audience. I don't really have a big audience, so that cannot work for me. Now, this is where you got it wrong. At the time of recording of this YouTube video, my channel currently stands at 215 people. Now, here's the thing. Only 1%, it is proven that only 1% of people that listen to your podcast or watch your YouTube channel actually subscribe. So as of now, actually, mine is even less. So basically, currently now, impressions on my channel are around 6,400. 6,400. That's the current impressions on my channel. And per month, I am getting at least 100 new viewers, hundreds of new viewers who have never, ever known about me prior to them watching that first video. So the best thing about this strategy is that you are discoverable every day. So you create the content once and you can have that conversation every day, any day with a new person. Now, the one question I often get is now, will you be generating even the traffic in the first place? The most beautiful things about this system, we create a flywheel system around you generating traffic that includes SEO, PR, and your social media. This will form the system that will bring you traffic towards your content, and that will enable you to start having conversation prior to them actually starting to speak to you. Now, that strategy, if you have the funds for it, for ads, it definitely can be. Ads can definitely supplement the strategy, and it can definitely help you get results a lot faster if you have the money for ads. Because what does happen, even if somebody doesn't know you, they've never heard of you, they're not ready to have a transaction with you. So what that does, you create ads that actually leverages your content to warm the audience up so that they can be ready to purchase from you. So depending on how you're playing, whether you're playing the organic game or you're playing with a little bit of ads, the strategy can work either way. And this is the beautiful part of having this as an ecosystem, is that you can add to it and subtract to it as you see fit. So this is the most beautiful part of it, and this is one question I often get, that I've been getting around generating traffic. How am I gonna get traffic for my content? So I needed to answer that. Now, Isn't this better? And this is exactly what we teach you inside Easy Sales. It's part of we teach you this concept is a concept that is taught inside the 3 layers content system that is taught inside Easy Sales. Easy Sales is a program that aims to help you elevate your marketing message so you attract more premium clients and high caliber clients. It's a 4 months coaching program, and you don't only work with me, you work with other expert messaging experts, you work with copywriters, you work with live launch experts, as well as we offer you a level of done for you support when it comes to concierge services. So that is also something that we do for you. And you can find out more info on the content ecosystem. I try to explain it as best as I can, but there's a video through the link in the description box where that I'll have the ecosystem there, and you can get a lot more insight on that through that link. And if you are interested in knowing more and you're interested in implementing this in your business, check out the link written Easy Sales and find out how you can apply through that link. And we will be happy to speak with you and possibly see how we can support you in creating that. On this note, don't forget to like, subscribe, and yes, I have some free courses for you at the in the description box. So if you're new to my channel and you want to have a lot more insight outside of this content, there are some free courses in the description box that you could also check out that may serve you. On this note, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.